On the 7th day after Sky was hounded to death by Liam's childhood sweetheart, he was swallowed by regret and swallowed pills to die with her. Everyone praised the reformed playboy for loving her to the end. Only Sky knew that, in this second life, he still let his little sweetheart steal the solo she had fought for. Just wait, okay? Next rebirth I'll make it up to you. She shook her head and smiled. No need. Later, the once untouchable Lou knelt in a night downpour, eyes red. I've divorced her, Can you look at me once more? She still smiled. No need. Did the tiniest pinch of truth already drive him crazy? Her revenge had only just begun. Before we go on, hit subscribe and tell us in the comments where you're listening. Deep winter, snow falling as we sit around the hearth. Sky slipped through the locked gate of Riverdale to swipe the mysterious box. From the dressing room came strange, breathy whimpers. Through a crack in the window she saw a scene she would never forget across 2 lifetimes. Liam and Bella, his childhood sweetheart, were tangled together without a hair out of place. The obscene slurp of lips and spit froze Sky to the marrow. But what finally killed her heart were Liam's next words. I do like Sky, but I love how she loses hope, then coaxes herself back, only to grovel at my feet again. Relax. Last life she knew we already had 3 kids, yet she clung to our marriage for 10 whole years. This life, the moment I crook a finger, she'll come wagging her tail. In that instant it felt like a truckload of cement poured into her chest and set hard. She had traveled back to 1987 with the man she loved most. Yet after the reboot he still betrayed her, only this time he moved the timetable up from the 2nd year of marriage to the night before the wedding. Clutching the long black box, Sky stumbled down the frozen street like a ghost. A warm radio voice drifted from the loudspeaker. This is Liam, wishing all comrades at Riverdale a happy winter solstice. The familiar sound carried her mind back through the swirling snow to 10 years earlier. Her father had adopted a war-orphan boy, and from that day Sky became the most disposable child in the house. Because her wooden flute disturbed her little sister's piano practice, her father slapped her until her ears rang. She was wading into the icy river, step by hopeless step, when someone stepped into her life. On that snowy night the proud, aloof Liam reached out gently. Little girl, why are you crying so hard? A child starved of love hands herself to anyone who offers a scrap. Liam's scrap turned into 10 whole years of affection. Back when everyone claimed depression was make-believe, only he believed her. Year after year he kept her in his heart, guarding her like sunlight that rescues frostbitten skin. He even refused the family business to stay at Riverdale as an outside hire, just to stay beside her. How could she not love him to the bone? Later he founded a company and changed, and her depression returned. Still, remembering the 10 sincere years, she saw him as the last plank a drowning person could seize. So when Bella barged in and hounded her to death, Sky's heart broke again. When he wept and swallowed pills, leaving a 2-line note, in this life I have but one wish, to share quilt and coffin with my wife. Lifetime after lifetime, never betray love again. She ached so badly she wanted to die. The man she wanted dead was the cold CEO who toyed with hearts, not her Liam. Yet when the CEO died, he became Liam again. Her Liam was dead. The world praised the prodigal who returned. Even as a ghost she thought he had truly repented, so she gave him another chance at rebirth. Now she saw how laughable that was. The new beginning she had traded every merit for had only handed him another knife. Meow, a cat's cry pulled her back to the present. Riverdale's cats are spoiled, they know someone will search if they wander, so they run away often. Sky had no such luck. No one would come looking, wipe away her rain, anymore. She reached the concert hall and, through a haze of pitying glances, spotted the notice, Bella replaces Sky as soloist. Bella had been transferred in 3 days earlier. First thing, she tried to grab Sky's private practice bunker. Sky had just been reborn and still believed this Liam would not fail her. Full of hope, she argued her case and refused to budge. She was sure the Liam who remembered their past would give her justice. In the end the bunker was taken and she was the one left mute. Now the dream was smashed. Looking at Bella in the lead costume, voice honeyed, face smug, Sky felt no familiar bitterness. Sky, I really didn't want this, but Liam's the conductor and I can't disobey. Spotting Liam rushing behind the curtain, she cried, hit me if you must, and grabbed Sky's hand to slap herself. Smack, loud applause, Liam's frantic arrival in one breath. Before Sky could react, Liam cradled the teary-eyed Bella and barked, Sky, you're still sulking about a practice room? You knew she would solo, yet you bruised her face, your mind's that filthy? Or is it because I replaced you that you vented on Bella? Looking at Liam's taut face, Sky felt ice in every vein. He knew a slap could send her into shock, yet he believed it. I didn't hit her. Really? So she slapped herself? Sky nodded. Exactly. He snorted like she'd told a joke. Sky, you lie without blinking now. Her silence thundered in her ears. Their wedding was next month. In front of everyone he defended Bella, called his fiancé by surname, Bella by pet names. How absurd. Bella played peacemaker. Forget it, Liam, the show matters more. They shielded each other like the betrothed pair, leaving Sky the outsider. He refused to hear her. Scooping Bella up, his glare sharpened. She's alone in the world, why can't you leave her be? Try this again and I'll never forgive you. Some grievances hit like slaps. You can't answer. When had she ever said she'd harm Bella? She hadn't even blamed her. Before, each favor to Bella cut Sky's heart. She couldn't grasp how the man who treasured her could switch so fast. 2 lifetimes later, she suddenly understood, better to cut losses than beg. There won't be a next time. Liam, for next month's wedding I prepared a huge surprise. A public exposure of groom and mistress that, in this conservative era, will nail him to the pillory 1,000 times over. Seeing her cold calm instead of jealous tantrums, Liam felt oddly unsettled. Still, she seemed the same girl desperate to keep him. The little episode didn't stop the show. But the moment the chorus began, Sky's skin flamed with hives. Realizing her allergy had flared, she gritted her teeth and lip-synced. The instant they exited, Bella tugged Liam, sobbing that Sky had sabotaged her. Sky, I know you dislike me, but how could you fake singing at a formal concert? The pot calling the kettle black. If her hives hadn't ruined her tone, she'd never have risked faking it in front of veteran judges. Sky rolled up her sleeve, exposing scarlet welts, and spoke clearly. Someone tampered with my costume in advance. That someone had to know the soloist would change and that I'm allergic to pollen. Step by step she advanced, Bella's eyes darted, guilty. Yet Liam, blindfolded, yanked Bella behind him. The filthy always see filth. Blame your own sloppy wardrobe, don't sling mud at Bella. Disappointment slid down like ice water. She thought her heart was calloused, yet his bias still pinched. She swallowed the bitterness and lowered her gaze, explanations were useless. Bella draped an arm over her, playing kind elder sister. Sky, stop yelling and embarrassing Liam. When Liam stayed silent she pressed harder. Hit me, scold me, but don't wreck Liam's career. If you love him, apologize now and write a 20,000-word self-criticism. Bella's right. Liam folded his arms, waiting for the public apology. But this time he miscalculated. Sky shook Bella off and sneered. I'm not wrong. You're the one who should apologize. The air snapped tight. Liam's lips pressed into a cold line. Before, afraid to lose her only life raft, Sky apologized the instant he frowned. She once knelt in a snowstorm all night for forgiveness. But every discarded scrap of dignity only won her deeper indifference. Until the love she begged for snapped and she died in the street. So in this life she quit all of it. Bella stumbled back, acting pained. Didn't expect such strength from skinny Sky. Under Liam's anxious glance she played martyr. Beat me, curse me, so long as Sky's happy, even death is fine. That arrow struck Liam's weakest scale. His face darkened, he jerked Sky forward. Go to the lockdown room and think. No release until you write 20,000 words. Alone in the frigid lockdown room, Sky stared at the lonely moon. As a child, angering her sisters meant slaps and endless darkness. Liam once held her hand and vowed, as long as I breathe, no one will lock you in the dark again. His promise still rang, yet he himself slammed the door. She touched her cheek, tears she hadn't noticed streamed down. She didn't want to cry. But when depression struck she had no control. Body numb, mind iced, she felt herself sinking through dead water, limbs heavy, water over her mouth, head splitting, powerless to resist. As she drowned, a clear bell rang like a life rope. In the shifting light she saw another self, resolute, fearless, pull her free, whispering, walk on. Don't look back. Next day Riverdale buzzed. Conductor Lou impartial, even his fiancé punished, what a model. Her best friend Josie came to the clinic furious. When I found you this morning you were half frozen. He nearly killed you, yet you still told me to praise his nobility. Word was the inspection team would arrive soon. Before they did, Sky had to crown Liam with lofty virtue. Sure enough, Liam soon strode in with white gruel breakfast. Standing by her bed, eyes cold, he said, quite the actress, faking sick all the way here. He waited for her to weep and beg. Suddenly she found her old self ridiculous, pinning life on a man. With pale lips she smiled. No defense, only the right weakness. Liam, I'm just terrified of losing you. Terrified you'll cancel next month's wedding and marry Bella, she broke into sobs. In the past Sky threw tantrums, then crawled back, ankle deep in dust. Never had she spoken love so straight and fierce. Liam pressed his lips, unable to scold, yet uneasy at slipping control. He reached to grab her leaving hand, she slid away. The worst had passed without him, he would no longer be essential. His face stiffened. Something vital seemed to be peeling away. If you truly repent, first thing after discharge apologize to Bella. Sky said nothing. Softening, he added, behave, and maybe I'll take you to Eastbrook. A post at Eastbrook was a leap to heaven. Once she would have knelt in gratitude. Now, staring at his lofty face, she wanted to laugh. Thanks to her past life memory she knew, next month Liam would be formally posted to Eastbrook. Bringing a spouse was standard policy, no favor of his. No doubt the spot was first meant for Bella. After a day's rest she went to Captain's office. Hearing she wanted a recommendation to study wooden flute with Maestro and sit the GED exam next year, Captain was stunned. If you pass, you and Conductor Lou will live provinces apart. Sky nodded bitterly, giving a self-mocking smile under his sighs. Her recent praise of Liam could fool everyone but Captain, who had watched her grow. I want to be as far from him as possible, best if we never meet again. The door burst open, Liam strode in frantic. Sky, you're leaving me? He caught her hand, throat bobbing. She stepped back, putting ghost air between them. I only said I'll miss this place when we move to Eastbrook. She teared her lashes, not quite looking at him. You're the only one who can pull me from depression, how could I live without you? The excuse was bulletproof, he had to believe. Yet the smile playing on her lips looked alien. He exhaled in irritation. As long as you know. Then he, too, asked Captain for a letter for Maestro. Bella's talent is wasted in the chorus. Maestro seeks a gifted successor, Bella's perfect. Captain frowned. You forget Sky plays flute. And had been Maestro's chosen heir for 10 years. Liam froze, remembering. He glanced at Sky, uneasy. It's fine, Sky can wait. Her gift is average, no result guaranteed. Bella suffered so much, this chance can't slip by. To prove fairness he asked her opinion. Sky, you don't mind waiting, right? Under the table an elbow jabbed her ribs. Captain saw everything and sighed, finally grasping Sky's resolve. Pale, she murmured agreement and walked out first. She didn't see Liam's hand stretch after her. Once she clung like glue, now she left without a backward glance. He lowered his empty hand, bewildered. Watching her thin back, he realized, lately she was disturbingly sensible. So at supper he pushed her favorite braised beef toward her, mumbling it was bought specially. The mess hall hooted. A week's salary on beef, Conductor Lou dotes on his girl. Sky didn't refuse, under his stare she devoured every slice. She even tipped the bowl and drank the gravy dry. Licking her lips, she thanked him sweetly, patted her skirt, and left. Liam sat wind-whipped and dumbstruck. Days later he took Bella on an Eastbrook business trip. Gossip said the pair were sightseeing lovebirds. Unbothered, Sky rehearsed by day and crammed textbooks by night. One evening she found a note in her locker. Back Hill, 8:30 tonight, signed Liam, handwriting close enough. Proud Liam would never chase, yet she went. Bella was waiting, finger to lips. Soon Liam jogged up waving 2 red booklets, exactly as in the decade they tortured each other, calling Bella's name, spinning her in his arms. Bella, we're finally married. Married, 2 arrows through Sky's heart. Half an hour earlier he had fussed over wedding plans with her. Only now did she grasp, he wasn't against marriage, only against marrying her. She had told him, if you don't want me, say so and I'll step aside. Yet he kept her on the hook while despising her. No one, through 2 lifetimes, should hurt the same soul so limitlessly. Bella flaunted her triumph. How many positions they tried, how she pleasured him senseless. Tell me, do you love me or boring Sky more? Liam's voice dripped lust. You're the dirty little winner. Sky's a frigid log, we're engaged and she still won't let me touch her. Each sentence clawed bloody grooves in her. She had thought nothing could be worse than catching them together, life kept digging. She walked home alone in pitch-black wind. So what? Beyond flat wasteland lies Spring Mountain, chase the wind, don't linger. It was Liam who lost Sky, not the other way around. Free of the nightmare, she slept soundly. At dawn she carried her tape recorder to the terrace for daily vocal drills. Bella stormed out of the gray light. Shameless. We're married yet you still sniff around, cheap slut. Sky sneered. He's married to you but still plans a wedding with me, too scared to go public. What does that make you? Bella lunged, Sky sidestepped. Liam's sudden roar cracked the air. Sky. She turned. Trying to push Bella again? His blind accusation overlapped Bella's theatrical scream. Sky, don't shove me, I swear I'll vanish. Feigning a fall, Bella yanked Sky's collar at the last second. Down they crashed together. Last night's wind had strewn shattered glass across the terrace. Worse, a razor shard lodged in Sky's throat. Crawling toward Liam's outstretched hand, she could only gurgle a plea. But Bella beat her to his arms, cooing in pain, and without a glance at Sky he carried Bella away. Among shards and icy rain, Sky hauled herself up and staggered alone to the clinic, only to learn the sole doctor had been summoned to comfort Bella. From dawn to dusk she waited. When the doctor finally returned, the verdict broke her. Delayed treatment meant permanent vocal damage. Forget solos, she might never sing in chorus again. Is Bella worse? She rasped. The nurse meant to comfort, yet the doctor sighed. Bella? Nothing but a scare. Conductor Lou insisted I stay so she could sleep. Silence swallowed the room. Liam arrived guilt-laden. It's fine, I'm reborn. There'll be a next time. Wait. Next rebirth I'll repay you, okay? Sky shook her head, smiling. No need. There would be no next time. This second life had cost every merit she'd saved. Unable to face himself, he insisted on nursing her. She ignored him and, under the haze of anesthesia, drifted off. Rustling woke her. Bella, how did you get in? Feigning sleep, she lay still. A jacket unzipped, Liam's voice burned. You're naked underneath, you little tease. Bella giggled. He hissed, stop, she could wake. Relax, the drug won't wear off yet. Doing it here is hotter, don't you want me? His breathing ragged, he muttered, fast, then. Moans followed. A boulder crushed Sky's chest. Humiliation nearly suffocated her. She shifted, hand finding the recorder beneath the blanket. Gritting her teeth, she pressed record again. Afterward Bella volunteered to watch her. Liam left. Bella laughed. I admire you, hear a screw and still play asleep. I'd hang myself. And that beef stew? I left the scraps, only then would Liam give them to you. Sky's laugh was low, cold. So even that scrap warmth had been Bella's discard. Ignoring the fire in her throat, she met Bella's triumph with icy detachment. Face it, you're green with envy because I get to marry Liam in broad daylight. You're nothing but a gutter rat who'll never take my place or hear him say your name out loud. Sky. The jab hit home. Bella hurled herself forwardly. A maniac and grabbed her by the throat. Chapter 7. Sky didn't get mad, she smiled, eyes arctic, half crazy. Go on, strangle me right now, or I swear I'm the one who'll walk down that aisle with him. Bella couldn't finish the job, so under Sky's suggestion the wedding, originally set for next month, was yanked forward to the very week the inspection team arrived. Since we're moving the date, could you give Bella your recommendation letter? When she stayed silent, Liam's mind drifted years into the past. Back in high school I jammed once on a wooden flute with Bella, one song and she lit up my whole life. Then fate knocked her around until she lost her fire. She can't play like that anymore. I just beg. Madness glinted in her eyes. Sky had assumed a man that proud only ever bent others to his will. Yet to resurrect that legendary duet he actually dropped to his knees in front of her. Head bowed, Adam's apple bobbing, voice low and broken. Sky, I'm begging you. Sky laughed softly through the tears. Fine, she whispered. Only after death did Sky learn Liam clung to Bella because he believed she was the girl who'd played across the river with him when they were kids. That day she sneaked into the auditorium planning to fetch that same wooden flute and start over. She looked forward to the moment Liam realized he'd torched his life for a fake, while the real one he pined for was the soul he'd shoved away. She asked for 2 days off to visit family, detoured to Eastbrook, and pulled Liam's marriage record. First bride I've seen who checks if the groom's already married, too bad. The clerk called up the certificate, eyes full of pity. Sky tried to joke, once he divorces he promised to marry me. The woman looked horrified. Comrade, think twice. The woman he's married to has already. A colleague elbowed her before she could finish. Sky asked no questions, left the bureau, and ducked behind the back door to wait. Next morning she was back in Riverdale, heart a tangle. Josie grabbed her, raging. While you were gone that witch worked Liam every which way. She even barged in on your wedding dress. Her scheming slapped me in the face. Come on, we'll cuss her out tonight. Once, Sky would have torn the place down. Thanks to Bella her vocal cords were ruined. The choir job she'd counted on for life was history. Now she only glanced at the red cheepow and murmured nice, then walked off. Bride, dress, whoever wanted the job could have it, she didn't care. Josie nearly exploded. Girl, did you hit your head? She's crapping on you and you can't even fart back? Sky smiled and squeezed her hand. I'll be free soon, why sweat the small stuff? Soon she'd fake her death. Once she was gone, Bella's happy days would end. Free? Liam's voice cut in, sharper than Josie's shock. He strolled in helping Bella with her coat, laughing. The word free sent him striding over, eyes anxious. What do you mean, free? Sky only gave a cool, distant smile. Marriage is love's grave, right? Sounds like freedom to me. He frowned. Sky, are you hiding something? Huh. She laughed inside. The day after she came back from the dead, he'd rushed off on a business trip to sleep with Bella. They even had a kid on the way, and he dared ask if she was hiding anything? Chapter 8. Her gaze chilled, the corner of her mouth curled in mockery. Shouldn't I be asking you that, Liam? Anything you're hiding? A chill ran down his spine, he looked away. Bella clung to his sleeve, shameless. Let's go, Liam. Relax, Sky's a done duck, she can't fly. True, Sky had disowned her family, and her depression chained her to him, where else could she go? The next days she needled Bella nonstop, setting the stage for her wedding day death. She slipped in stories of how madly Kid Liam had loved her. The night before the ceremony she delivered the knockout punch, a pager blast bragging about tomorrow's lavish wedding and Liam's devotion, plus a jab that Bella was our game bin goods. Mark my words, unless I drop dead, even if you bear his child you'll both rot in the gutter. Bella shrieked and hung up, remembering Liam had made her wait 10 years until Sky died before she got promoted. She cupped her still flat belly, a venomous plan formed. With no family attending, Sky sat up till dawn with the captain's wife. Morning, festive courtyard, drums and gongs. One woman, veil crimson, rode out beaming in a swirl of laughter. Another lay sprawled beside a distant garbage truck while drunk drifters closed in, grinning. An hour later a tattered Sky stumbled toward Liam's house, eyes blank. At the gate she heard words that froze her blood. Bella pressed a bleeding forehead and sobbed. All I did was urge her to get up, and she threw things, screaming at me to butt out. It's my fault, we missed the auspicious hour. We'll have to wait now. Liam snorted, disgusted. I spoiled her rotten tantrums and I'm supposed to wait? Wish she'd stay gone, out of my sight. Those words snuffed the last spark in Sky. She spun away, tears flying, and ran full tilt into the icy wind. With nothing left, she hurled herself into the churning river. Birds and fish don't share the same path. Liam, may we never meet again. Dawn broke, a supply truck rumbled past the wedding parade. Chapter 9. From the truck's tailgate cold eyes flicked aside in loathing. Under its cover Sky changed out of wet clothes and slipped from town unseen. She'd knocked the drunks out with Bella's own knockout powder. The captain himself watched her walk away. Even the river leap had witnesses, every detail forged to brand Liam with guilt for life. She glanced back, resolve hard as flint, no sorrow, no sighs. Bells clanged, firecrackers popped. Liam greeted guests in the yard, tall and smiling. Nobody noticed the bride's silence. Josie, her supposed best friend, was also missing. No one knew Josie had gulped the sweet drink sent from Riverdale and passed out cold. The marriage certificate had vanished from its box. The instant Liam took the bride's hand he knew, those soft fingers weren't Sky's work roughened ones. He craned his neck, she never appeared. On stage he hissed, "You're not Sky. Keep that veil down. Swap back the second we're off this platform or you'll regret it." The bride flung off his hand, laughed, and pitched her voice high. "Careful, learn who I am and you'll be begging me to stay." Before the whole hall Bella jerked the veil free. Sky eloped with some jerk, so I'm generous enough to take her place. What's with the shock? Bride swap, big deal. Liar. Liam shook with rage. He dragged her aside. Don't smear Sky. She's fragile, go, change places, and I'll forget this. Too late. Bella slapped the marriage license against his chest. You wanted her, but look, she plotted to ruin you. Eyewitnesses saw her sleep around and run. A tramp like that isn't worth you. News that Sky had cheated gutted him worse than the license stunt. He let Bella shove him through the rest like a puppet. When the hall doors burst open, Josie barged in towing the two drunks. Shameless Bella, drove Sky out, wrecked her, now play the saint? Sky and Josie had let themselves be drugged to set the trap. Seeing the drunks, Bella's eyes spat venom. Don't listen, Josie's as crazy as Sky. She screamed for security. Touch her and you answer to me, Liam roared, sensing disaster. The drunks confessed. Bella paid them to entertain the girl at dawn. So Sky hadn't fled, she'd been assaulted. Then what? Liam's mind reeled. She jumped in the river. Chapter 10. He didn't remember sprinting to the bank. the gray water sank his heart. He tore off his coat to dive. Bella clung to him, wailing, "She's gone. Think of me, your wife, your child." Onlookers gasped. The two of them had cheated and hounded the real wife to death. Liam stayed in the icy water 2 hours, no body surfaced. They fished him out half frozen, lips still murmuring Sky. Josie spat and disc. UST. Too little, too late, jerk. After that he collapsed, suspended from Eastbrook and booted from Riverdale for immorality. Before leaving he asked to meet Josie. "I drove her to die, but she did try to expose me with the license." Josie laughed in fury. "All she wanted was a life with you. Your cold cruelty killed her." Bella stormed in, clawing at Josie for stealing her man. Liam slammed the door on their catfight and played the tapes Josie had left. First, wind on the back hill, him and Bella pawing each other, Sky's muffled sobs underneath. He hadn't known she already knew. Second, the balcony fall, Sky forgiving him again. Third, Bella seducing him in Sky's hospital room while Sky cried under the blanket. When Sky whispered she'd rather die than lose him, shame crushed his lungs. Last, the night before the wedding, Sky chattering like a bird to the captain's wife. "I love Liam, he's my only light. Every road to him tastes sweet. Someday I'll tag along while he shops for groceries, so happy. Secret, when I wake up tomorrow I'll still love him." Liam listened until tears soaked his shirt. Chapter 11. The tape kept rolling, he couldn't bear to miss a breath. Then, muffled struggle, Sky dragged away, hopeless whimpers. When the batteries died the pain knifed sharper, his hands shook. Outside, Bella pounded the window. He showed her the end tapes. She collapsed, shrieking, "I only wanted pity, she threatened my baby." She shoved her face at his clenched fist. He couldn't hit her, kicked the table instead and roared. Desperate, Bella fumbled out the wooden flute and tooted the lullaby he'd told her about. The beast in Liam quieted, he stared, lost in memory. "Leave me." Bella sniffled. "I'm the one you loved first, Sky was just a placeholder." When she left he whispered to the dark, "Sky was never a stand-in." At dawn Captain arrived with a long black box. "You delivered the final cut, not those drunks. You told her to drop dead, and she did. You dead her the blade." Liam curled on the floor, sobbing that it should have been him. Captain added, "The kid who played with you on the riverbank was Sky." Bella lied. His soul cracked audibly. Chapter 12. Liam howled until his face bled, they had to tie him down. Meanwhile Sky resurfaced in the capital, accepted as Maestro's protege. Predicting Liam would lose the Eastbrook transfer, she agreed to guest lead the Riverdale Woodwinds. 3 months later he toured Eastbrook, gaunt, chic in a thin trench, eyes haunted. Is that the retail king Liam? Single? Supposedly stuck with a pregnant wife he hates. Sky ducked behind a door before his gaze slid over her, but he sensed her anyway and strode toward the dead-end hallway. "Liam." Chase's voice hauled him back. "That's the ladies' lounge, this way." Called, only one, not far away. Bella, belly swollen, ignored the housekeeper's protests and insisted on coming to meet Liam. She was done up in jewels from head to toe, but no amount of glamour could hide the haggard exhaustion in her eyes. She stared daggers at the only other woman present, hostility rolling off her in waves until the poor girl went white as paper. Strangely, Liam didn't step in to shield Bella. Instead he used his tall frame to block Bella's lethal stare, expression blank as he ordered her home. The Bella who used to hold her head high in front of Sky now seemed a different person entirely, bowing and scraping, tiptoeing after him, sneaking glances at his face, terrified that one wrong breath would set him off. Sky thought it hilarious. How could two people change so much in just 3 months? Even Chase couldn't help remarking, "The moment I got to Riverdale with the inspection team and saw the way Bella looked at Liam, I knew they were definitely sleeping together. I really thought those two lovebirds would last forever. Looks like it was nothing special after all." Sky gave a soft If Chase hadn't warned her they might play dirty and then hauled her out of the river, that day wouldn't have ended so smoothly. Afterward Chase skipped the wedding altogether, smuggled her onto an army truck all the way to Eastbrook, and gave Sky a fresh start. For that, she trusted him with her life. "Senior, why did you stick your neck out so far for me?" Chase's mouth curved, voice sliding into lazy drawl. "Because I took one look and saw you've got the bones of a genius, 1 in a million wooden flute prodigy." Chapter 14. Here we go again. Sky rolled her eyes sky high. Who'd guess that the stern, steady socialist success story, captain in public, is actually a sly, loose-lipped jokester in private? As Maestro's heir, Sky volunteers every week at the theater. That day she felt off, so she set a screen around an unobtrusive corner and backed the ensemble from the shadows. Her wooden flute soared, bright enough to split clouds and stone, pouring every emotion in the world into a single melody. The hall erupted. Only one person sat frozen, as if hexed, tears streaming. Sky, someone's asking for you backstage. From the manager's description she knew, Liam. Please don't tell outsiders anything about me. From now on, turn that man away. She said it, yet for several concerts running Liam showed up, dead center front row. On nights without her flute he left disappointed, telling anyone who'd listen that the sound was identical to a long-lost friend's. She ignored the circus. Word flew that Liam was offering 10 grand, magnificent money in the 80s, just for a private solo. Who could resist generosity like that? Sky only declined colder, eventually handing her volunteer spot to someone else. 2 lifetimes of misery had taught her Liam wasn't worth a glance, let alone a note. On Sunday she and Chase still went out to help local farmers, as usual. Of all the fields in Iowa, Liam was in that one. They exchanged a look, wheeled their bikes toward the next farm instead. Chase cheekily smeared mud on her face, they chased each other through spring sunshine until Liam showed up to borrow soy sauce. The host grinned. Our captain ticked off his little ancestor, now he's coaxing her. Liam and Chase knew each other. He plopped down, popcorn in hand, tickled to watch the mighty captain chased around a barn. Never thought I'd see the day, Liam hooted, until Sky popped from behind the wall. His laugh died. Heart lurching, he spilled popcorn, eyes stretching wide. He pinched himself, no dream. Living, breathing Sky. Joy surged, then shattered when Chase hoisted her on his back, spinning her like a kid while she blushingly thumped his shoulders. The host set lunch down, chuckling, they've always been like that. Haven't said the words, but anyone can see they're crazy about each other. Each sentence twisted the knife. Noting Liam's pallor, the farmer asked, Liam, you alright? You stopped laughing, aren't you the cheerful type? Liam wished the ground would swallow him. Watching their easy happiness felt like knives slicing his heart. Feeling the scorching stare, Sky lifted her gaze. Chapter 15. Their eyes locked. His fragility, despair, longing, laid bare in sunlight. She didn't flinch, meeting him with edges of ice where love used to be. Let's go. She nudged Chase. Liam swallowed hard, rising too soon. Sky, you're alive, arms reached, she sidestepped, never breaking stride, joking with Chase as they left. Shards of glass in his chest. He chased, voice raw. Say anything, scream, hit me, just don't ignore me. He'd pictured her furious, tearful, not this stranger who walked past as if he were air. The apathy shattered him. Sky, answer me, please. Chase supplied the reply, what she means is, stay out of her life. The day you married Bella your luck ran out. From here on, roads diverge, stay on yours. They mounted their bikes. He ran after, howling, Sky, stop, those words by the river, I didn't mean them, I love you. She knew his love, thin as paper, never stopped him from cheating, lying, crushing her. She'd had enough. Foresight or not, she wanted none of it. They coasted down a long hill, leaving him behind. A howl rose, Sky, I'm bleeding in a ditch, help me. Chase hesitated, Sky kept pedaling. He's faking. Liam wasn't, but the girl who once cared was gone. Mutual disappointment was all that remained. Sky filed the incident away and carried on. She and Chase were rehearsing when nostalgia struck. They launched into the duet she'd once played with Liam the first night they met. The lilting like a dream drifted out, half of Riverdale crowded in. Outside, Liam sat reading contracts. One bar of the tune and he barked at the driver to stop. Hobbling on his bad leg, he barged through the crowd. On stage Sky stood, jade flute to her lips, eyes sparkling with Chase, 2 halves of 1 whole. Chapter 16. A bitter brew flooded him. The man beside her should have been him. Instead he'd crowned the imposter and shoved away the one he'd searched for until nothing could be mended. Every memory strangled him. When the piece ended he remained a statue, eyes squeezed shut in regret. Seeing him, Sky packed up. He forced a smile. Sky, wait, I'm here on business with Captain. An indifferent oh. He clung like gum. I'll invest whatever you ask, just talk to me. Gasps all around. Chase flashed a fox grin. 5 grand? 10? My outfit's small potatoes, less won't do. A fortune in this day, yet Liam clenched his jaw. 5,000, if Sky handles the project. The troupe nearly fainted. 5 grand? Chase only snorted. Then get lost. 5 grand means nothing. Sky's the woman I want. Any deal that puts her near you, off the table. The words, the woman I want, softened Sky's face. They exchanged tender smiles, daggers in Liam's heart. He lifted a limp hand. Compromise, let me come here every day. Done, Chase said, quick as a whip. Watching them leave, inseparable, Liam felt his heart shredded again. Contract signed, he attended the next night's banquet. Ladies lined up to Dan. See? Liam insisted they answer questions first. He stopped in front of Sky, raised 2 fingers. What's this? She rolled her eyes. 6. What's my name? John Doe. Correct. Call me Doe from now on. He offered his hand, soft and longing. Sky, I waited, I knew you'd come. Chase's glare could freeze fire. A furious shriek cut the hall. Which shameless hussy is hitting on my man in broad daylight? Crowd parted, Bella, belly gone, brandishing a stick, marching like the wronged wife. Chapter 17. She warned every woman present, watch yourselves, this is what happens if you touch my husband. The moment she spotted Sky, her scream turned to terror. Sky, you're alive, at Eastbrook, how? Seeing Liam's calm, she understood. Rage ignited. So this is where he's been, sleeping with you. She swung the nail-studded pole at Sky's face. A warm shelter enclosed Sky, Chase's arms. He tilted his chin. Liam had caught the club barehanded. Nails skewered his palm, blood dripped in bright strings. He yanked the weapon free, splattering scarlet, eyes scanning Sky for injuries. Thank God you're okay, he breathed. Bella flipped the switch, tears on cue. Even dead you haunt him. Look what you've done. She wailed at Sky, bully a helpless pregnant woman, happy now? Liam's face blackened. Every past time she'd used this script replayed, he'd swallowed it whole. A cold laugh escaped him. So this is how you fooled me every single time. The lie sliced her, she clutched her belly and collapsed, squealing in fake pain. Liam stayed arms folded, spectator to her clown act. Drag her out, I never want to see her again. Bella's eyes bulged. She faked death, cuckolded you, ruined you, and you kick me, the one who's always stood by you? Her words dripped martyr's blood, but moved only herself. Chapter 18. Twist truth, grab credit, ignore casualties, Chase summarized. Liam nodded, exhaling. Guards hauled Bella away. After the farce, Liam's hands were bandaged mummy tight. Starvin'. Gee, he stared at laden plates. Sky, I can't hold a fork, please feed me? She and Chase ate on, answering without looking up. Feed yourself. Liam giggled like a love-struck teen. You finally spoke to me, you have no idea how happy that makes me. Sky rubbed her temples. Liam, act normal. Even your eye roll is adorable. I'm hopeless. What should we name our kids? Chase stuffed a roll into Liam's mouth, took Sky's hand. We're off. Enjoy dinner, investor. Spring warmed toward Qingming. Liam haunted Riverdale daily, Sky dodged by taking a work trip. She figured once Bella had the baby he'd back off. Day after she returned, Bella hammered the door, newborn in arms, and dropped to her knees. Give Liam back. You have everything, why steal my only support? Will you watch my baby starve? Between sobs, Sky pieced it together. While she'd been gone, Liam made Bella's life hell, scalding tea rituals, dawn practice until she collapsed, knives near her throat for owing Sky a voice. The day after delivery he'd issued his decree, mother out, baby stays, or both on the street. Bella wept, what spell did you cast? I beg you, return him. I'm the one he should choose. Unloved as the other woman. Everyone makes mistakes, why dwell on old news? Chapter 19. She preached on, blind to the freezing stares. Sky saw the comedy, zero apology, zero remorse, just moral blackmail. Guess what? I will keep picking at those scabs, I will keep punishing you, and I will never forgive you, so what are you going to do? Bella's lips curved, just as Liam burst in, having heard every word. On her knees she brightened. See? She admitted it, she wants you dead. Instantly she grabbed Sky's pant leg. Then let me die. Me and my baby will disappear. She hurled herself at the wall. Psycho! Sky yelled. Liam snatched the infant mid-charge. Bella's skull met brick with a thunk, lights out. Chase tossed Liam a tape recorder. With folks like you we keep receipts. The playback left Liam white-lipped. Yo. You'll have your satisfaction, he told Sky. I don't want anything from you. Leave, and stay gone. His hand pressed his chest as if /TG/H*+. She finally lost her patience. One bright afternoon, watching Chase at the kitchen sink as usual, she spoke first. Don't you want to ask me anything? Chase's straight back froze. Sky twisted her fingers. If you've changed your mind or need space, I'll understand. Don't worry, we'll pretend nothing happened. I'll explain to everyone so you won't be embarrassed. Stubborn tradition is a trait almost every soldier shares. In these morally tight times, a woman's virtue is still the first thing measured when marriage is mentioned. Chase slowly washed his hands, dried them, and guided Sky to the couch. He pulled off his t-shirt, undid the top button of his white shirt with one hand, and pinned her with jet black eyes. If I cared about any of that, I wouldn't have helped you in the first place. I was raised in a house where you never questioned orders. I learned to obey. Then I went to Riverdale and heard everyone praise Liam for how well he treated you. You only smiled and said the sentence that woke me up. Sky tilted her head, remembering. That day she had said, "No, that's charity from the strong to the weak, and I don't need it. I'll save myself." A faint smile lingered in Chase's eyes. In that moment you were glowing. Joy slammed into her chest, her heart hammered. Unsure, she asked again, "You really don't mind the thorns? You'll pick up every broken piece of me?" 2 lifetimes of disappointment had left her hopeless. She gave a bitter laugh. "A shattered person like me is exhausting to love. Whoever tries has to collect the splinters one by one." The corners of his mouth curved as if they were talking about the weather. "The one who loves you will beam and mutter while picking, 'This shard is mine, that shard is mine too.'" In an instant even the tip of Sky's heart burned. That night Liam knocked again, haggard yet oddly light. "Sky, I've divorced Bella. Let's start over. I swear this time I'll." The door slammed before he finished. All night the once untouchable Caldwell knelt in the rain, eyes red. "Sky, just look at me. Please. I'm begging you, give me one more chance." The locked door answered for her, "Never again. Tell him a sliver of truth and he falls apart." Sweetheart, her revenge has barely begun. For the rest of her life she will make Liam wake each day choking on regret. Night folded into dawn, birds came and went, unafraid. Liam knelt until a drizzly sunrise found Sky stepping out as usual. He crawled toward her, raindrops fat as beans sliding off his lashes. Habits are hard to break. Even after your vocal cord injury you still go out at dawn to warm up your voice. So don't avoid me, Sky. We were so good together. I don't believe you've stopped loving me. I'm still your Liam brother. I'll wait until you take me back." His eyes brimmed with earnest repentance. "So what?" Sky's voice rang sweet yet merciless, each word a hammer. "Liam brother and you are not the same person. Liam brother," she called softly, tenderness in her eyes as if time had slid backward. "I still love you." Chase, just stepping through the door, caught the words and flinched, palms trembling. He stayed, heart splitting, and waited. Through the drumming rain Sky saw light blaze in Liam's eyes. "I love the boy you used to be. Even the man repenting now can't match him." The joy in Liam's face dissolved into cold downpour. All the wind in the world howled through his ribs. He clutched the rail, spine bent forever. "Seems you forgot what you told me at 17, Sky went on, voice colder than for a stranger. "If I ever hurt you, walk away. Don't forgive. Because the me who doesn't love you is no longer me, only a stranger wearing my face and my memories." Her words hit the floor like lead. Liam's ears rang, the world blanked. A person can't feel sorry for a self living in another Tim. At 17 his love had been true, but even he doesn't know how he became this. The 17-year-old wonders why he ever loved. 10 years later the 27-year-old wonders why he stopped. He collapsed, gasping as if the air itself rejected him. She smiled a goodbye. "I believe 17-year-old you would never forgive who you are now." She brushed past and ran toward Chase. They walked away shoulder to shoulder, inseparable. Liam's silhouette shrank in the shadow, broken. The next days, whoever came to see Sky wore a strange look. Colleagues hovered, tongues stuck halfway. Chase brought news without hesitation. "Liam hasn't eaten or drunk for 2 days, locked himself in the practice bunker. Doesn't look good. Sky, maybe you." She shot up and sprinted out before he finished. He followed, gut twisting. At Riverdale she pounded on the bunker door, shouting for Liam. Her few sentences succeeded where 2 days of pleading had failed. He stumbled out, reanimated, hugging her wildly. "Sky, I knew you still cared." Chase's heart sank, then crack. Sky slapped Liam twice, so hard the weak man staggered and fell, clutching his cheeks, stunned. Before he could speak Sky's face screwed up in pain. "Moved," he murmured. "Hitting means you love me," she hissed, shaking her hand, and wailed to Chase, "My hand. That hurt." Chase, biting back a grin, massaged her palm while secretly rejoicing. The 6-foot Liam lay like a snapped reed, tugging her hem and sobbing. 3 days in there showed me how awful you must have felt. I was despicable. Give me one chance to make it up. I can't live without you." "Then die," Sky cut in coldly. "Die far away, just don't do it in front of me." Liam's lips blanched. She inhaled and spelled it out. "I rushed here not to save you but to say, if you must die, do it where you won't drag Chase or Riverdale through the mud." Liam swayed. "My life weighs less than Chase's reputation?" She folded her arms. You don't even equal one hair on his head. Chase lifted a hand to hide the smile he couldn't stop. Linked with Sky, she marched off. Behind them the fainted, Liam cracked an eye. Don't go, Sky, I'll behave. After that, Liam changed tactics. Every 8 a.m., wherever Sky was, breakfast arrived. On May 20th, while other women gloated over a single rose, he sent 999, but left them outside her office window because he knew she was allergic to pollen. The women oohed, some predicted Chase would be embarrassed. Instead he posed with the roses, printed 9 photos, arranged them into a bouquet shape, and won himself a candlelit dinner. Liam nearly coughed blood. Next day at Riverdale he bragged to Chase, we grew up together, we read each other's minds. She's just sulking. Back off. He played the tape Sky once gave him, loud enough for the corridor, hear that? She loved me so much she dreamed about me. Poor you, she still hasn't given you a real title. Sky outside the door wanted to vanish. Suddenly the tape stopped, Chase's furious voice erupted, Liam, is your brain pudding? Flaunting a girl's love, think how mortified she'll be. Chapter 23 Realizing, Liam mumbled, then yelled, yeah, only you're clever. If you hadn't stolen my credit I wouldn't have played the tape. Chase sneered, you and Bella are perfect, blame everyone but yourselves. Chairs scraped, fists flew. Chase earned a demerit for fighting and embarrassing their patron. He was locked in the lockdown room, standing punishment. Through the door Sky teased why he'd fought. He muttered, guy rubs me wrong. Even under discipline, he kept the tape's origin secret to spare her. Chase, she said softly. Let's be official. His breath hitched, really? Her sweet lilt slipped through, around the corner, venomous eyes watched all night. Next morning the whole compound stared. A colleague yanked her toward the broadcast room. Before she reached it she heard Chase barking, you left the door open, they played her private tape LL Night. How will she face anyone? The love confession she once gave Liam had aired on loop. Blood roaring, she paged him, busy signal. Days later an inspection team arrived. Comrade Jiang, you're accused of indecent relationships. You're barred from this year's GED exam. Chase knew how many nights she'd crammed for that test. He chased the officers, when he returned his steps were heavier. It's your tape to Liam, plus rumors of suicide and assault, someone embellished everything. Only Liam could access the tape. Sky sipped water, ice slid to her stomach. Liam was the obvious suspect, yet, Chase agreed, evidence points to him, but it feels off. They looked at each other, Bella. The day Chase was locked up, someone saw Bella slip into Riverdale. When exposed, she fled. That night, moonless, Chase was sorting evidence when knuckles rapped on the window and a tape recorder appeared. He hit play, Sky's terrified voice, help. Chase, room 501, Riverside Hotel, hurry, He burst into the hotel, flipped on the light. Only a trembling mound under the quilt. Sky, it's me, powder in his face, knockout powder, and he crashed. Bella shoved the bound Sky in, laughing like a witch, see? This powder cost you your virtue once. Now double for Chase plus an 18-year-old gift, want to bet the outcome? Sky spat, shameless viper. Bella only laughed harder, tears streaming. Yes, shameless. I gave Liam everything, bore his child, and he tossed me aside. You're soiled yet men dive in to save you. I lose everything, unfair. She locked the door and drove Sky to a lonely reservoir. Perfect feng shui for your grave. Wind howled, no one around. Sky's mouth was taped, she could only whimper. When bored, Bella tied her limbs to a boulder and rolled her in. Last year you lived through the river, let's test luck twice. Splash, stone and girl sank. Ice filled nose and lungs, darkness swallowed her. Suddenly arms plunged in, caught her, hauled upward. But Bella had used steel cable, not rope, hard to cut even with the knife they'd hidden from the powder. Current dragged them farther, strength ebbed. Another splash, Bella scream, Liam, no. You just got out of bed, come back. Beeps of a ventilator, Sky opened her eyes to white ceiling, then to Chase, unshaven, red-eyed. You're awake. She poked his cheek. Big Captain, crying like a kid? They held each other, weeping in relief. Chase stiffened. Liam didn't make it out free. Supported by Chase, Sky saw Liam next door, tubes everywhere, face sunken and blue. Caldwell had cried for 3 days, one glance at Sky and she broke again. That day Bella struck, Liam was already sick, the all-night kneel, 2 days locked in the bunker, then the fight with Chase, fever dragged him under. In coma he overheard Bella's plot, forced himself awake, dove after Sky, and damaged his heart past recovery. If he survives tonight there's hope, but. Caldwell sobbed. Chase swallowed. I didn't know he was ill. Not your fault, Sky said, taking Caldwell's hand. I'll stay tonight. He'll pull through. Chase smiled. Go. I'm right behind you. At midnight Liam crashed, thrashing in a nightmare of drowning. Monitor screamed. He's giving up. Family, talk to him, anything. Caldwell begged, house, car, money, grandchild, useless. All curves dived. Sky, please, lie, save him. Sky blocked her kneeling, bent to Liam's ear. Liam brother, I'm not leaving. I'll stand right here until you come back. 1 second, 2, beep, the line climbed. The room cheered. Only Chase outside slipped away in silence. Under flawless skies Liam woke. Only his mother sat by the bed, his eyes dimmed. She'll be back, Caldwell smiled. And Sky walked in with a lunchbox, greeting him like an old friend. After small talk silence fell. That night, what you whispered, you meant it, right? She smiled, then shook her head firmly. You know those words don't count. Don't torture yourself. Life is full of losses, you can't live in the tea time heals. He bit his lip. No chance at all? Still she smiled and walked out, turning once in the backlight. Going white-haired together isn't the only happy ending. Meeting once was already a gift. Liam, we're done. Years later, when Bella was sentenced, Liam carried their child back to Eastbrook. Sky vanished for days. Chase, clutching the ring he'd chosen, sighed and hurled the box toward a trash can. A slender hand snatched it midair. Sky, back from her GED exam, slipped it on. Who's that sad pup? Oh, mine. Chase, I'm here to marry you. Why are you crying? Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the story, like and share it with friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more tales. See you next time.